Well, good morning, my friends. We are live Facebook style on Wednesday morning vlog with John O'Leary. I am delighted to be with you this morning on a bit of a wet, rainy, unusually chilly August morning. This is the start of the school season for almost all of us. And I've had the honor of over the last couple of weeks of speaking to a bunch of staffs that are going to be educating our kids going forward. Had the great pleasure of speaking in Hannibal, Missouri on Monday morning early. And one of the board members for the school district spoke directly before me. This gentleman shared 11 surprising stats that sum up an educator's life. And as I get ready to read these 11 surprising stats, I recognize this. About the only people that aren't going to be able to hear this right now are the teachers, the ones that I'm reading this for, because they're already in their classroom. They're already wiping down the whiteboards, the chalkboards. They're already getting ready to greet their kids. They're already doing their job, getting ready to educate the leaders of tomorrow. And so I ask the rest of us to reach out to a teacher today, share this post if you'd like later on, and tell them thank you for not just filling pails, but for igniting fires, for making truly a transformative difference, because these 11 stats sum up the life of an educator. So here we go, my friends. I want to thank you for being with us this morning, and Kim Landry, you're awesome, and Abby and everybody else who's tuning in. We're glad you're here. Number one, teachers spend an average of $500 of their own money on classroom supplies each year. This is what the average teacher just does. Secondly, teachers work an average of 50 hours per week. And if you are a teacher or you're married to one, you know that that number is probably less than the real number. They work a lot of hours. Thirdly, teachers work an average of more than 400 hours of overtime each year. About 30% of our teachers have a second job. More than 65% of teachers paid for food or covered the cost of field trip for their students. 88% of people say that a teacher had a significant and a positive impact on their life. And here's my own stat. The other 12% lied. I think 100% of us have had a teacher making a significant and a positive impact on our life. Mick, I know you know that one, and Mary, you feel it too. Number 7, during cold months, 1 out of 3 teachers bought coats, mittens, and or other clothes to keep their students warm. 33%. Around 3.5 million students will graduate U.S. high schools this year, and they've all been influenced by teachers just like those listening right now. 98% say that a teacher can change the course of a student's life. That is absolutely true. As you guys all know, we do a podcast. In fact, it's part of the reason why we celebrate this morning, to introduce you to a guy named Mick Ebling. So frequently during these podcasts, the individual that I'm interviewing will say the person who most impacted their life, not a parent actually, was a teacher, a third grade teacher who believed, a piano teacher who said, I see it within you, an art teacher who thought, how can we see beyond the lines the rest of us are constructed by? The 11th and the final one that I want to share with you this morning. These are stats that sum up the life of a teacher. On average, teachers affect more than 3,000 students during their career. How many of us have the great fortune of saying that we were part of positively and significantly impacting someone else's life profoundly for the year? So as we get ready to launch our little ones or our grandchildren or our nieces and nephews off to another school year, as we get ready to pour a cup of coffee and head off to our own job, I just thought we ought to pause today to recognize, in great part, the reason why we're able to do what we do in the first place. Our educators, our teachers, our early educators, our pre-K leaders, our 1st through 8th, our freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors teachers, all these ladies and all these gentlemen who don't just fill pails, says Yeats, but inspires and ignites fires within us. My friends, if you want to read and then learn about a guy who is igniting fires in the community, check out Mick Ebling. I had the great fortune of interviewing him on our most recent podcast. It's called Live Inspired with John O'Leary. It's an awesome podcast. They're all pretty significant, but this week with Mick Ebling, learning how to do the impossible. This is what educators do naturally, but this is what Mick is teaching the rest of us to do. It's one of the most stunning, positive podcasts I've ever been part of. I'm encouraging you right now, after you and I say goodbye right here, Michael Bowler and Hilda and everyone else, cruise over to our podcast channel. Check out Live Inspired with John O'Leary. Check out the Mick Ebling podcast and get ready to do the impossible in your own life. So for this time and until next time, this is a big love letter to the teachers out there. I love you guys. Thank you for the work you do. It is profoundly important. See you next week.